how you all doing? Back to the old camera today. Hold on, the old camera today. I went out the other day, and I shouldn't have, but it's like a Father's Day thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm using the excuse as. And I went to one of my shops that I go to down the way. Won't say where, don't want to get me in trouble, you know. And I bought a guitar, second hand. It's quite new, so I think it's the 13th of the 3rd, 24. It's had a bit of stuff done to it. I don't know why. And it's a bit of a story. I bought a 335 many years ago, and you know, these came out, as you know, in 1958. That's when they first showed their faces, 3 ES. So it just stands for ES is Electro Spanish. And 335, believe it or not, was the suggested price, retail price, which was $335. Now I understand for a guy called Joe Bonamassa, who you might have heard of, American guitarist, he does come over here, Albert Hall and blah blah blah. And I understand that apparently in America, in Chicago and New York, etc., those the premium places, I understand like Manny's or whatever, if he had, I don't know if he had a contract with Gibson, but they were asking $390, $395, so between $385 and $395, and that's just a guitar. So even though the suggested price was $335, I understand at the time they're actually asking $395, something like that, probably because they have what's called a layaway system. So I think what it was, the reason why it's more is they were paying it in bits. Do you follow? So that's why they added another $50 to it, i.e. 335 plus $50 is $385. So that works out. So because they're paying it in installments or HP, I think that's why they were paying another $50 or $55, because they're having it over a spread amount of time. So I think if they racked up there with cash, they'd probably get it for $335. They get it. But I think because they had it on hire purchase, most of them didn't have any money, and they're working as they paid. So I think that's why I got charged over $50 or $55. Hence the $390, $395, $385. You know, depending on the store you went to, like, you know, because they're basically taking out a $50 risk on you that you might not pay up or you might default. So they already had their risk money in it. Anyway, they showed their nose in 1958. I don't know if it was early or late. This is a 335 ES, and this is an IG. I think what that means is inspired by Gibson, because obviously it's a Gibson guitar, and this is an Epiphone guitar. I can't afford a Gibson one. I'd like to say I can, but I can't. So I got this one second hand. It's had a few things done which were a bit scratchy red. I did notice them straight away. I thought, why have they done that? But there you go. So anyway, yeah, so it's a Sunburst. I'm a sucker for a Sunburst, and it needs tuning, obviously, and it's got a little bit of damage here and there, but it's a second-hand guitar, so I got it for about half price. So I got a gig bag with it, which is worth about 13 quid, and I got a guitar. I think the retail or suggested retail price on these is $599. I paid a bit over 300. That's including the bag, you know. So not bad. So I got about sort of half price, which is what they're really worth. You know, if you get a guitar for 1,000 quid, half price, it's worth about 500. But don't tell anyone there that they'll S themselves. I didn't say the word. I'm trying not to swear, you know, and get in trouble with viewers, you know. Again, I've had some new subscribers. Thumbs up to them. Don't forget, if you want to see some more guitars, like and subscribe. So like and subscribe and thumbs up. And thank you to the new subscribers. I do answer questions, sensible ones, you know, and I'm open to suggestions as well. Again, sensible ones, you know. I'm not going to run down with high street with trousers down, you know. That's nothing to do with guitars, you know. Anyway, so you want to see this, obviously, and I'll give you a quick talk through. I won't do much of a playing one because obviously it takes too long. So I'll show you this first. This is a guitar at the moment. Now if I hold it over here, this is part of the damage report. Somebody's peeled off the silver bits that go in here. So this is where glue is. You can see glue. If I tilt it, you can actually see glue in the top here. So someone's pulled off the I think they were silver or gold, but they pulled off the hats that were in the recess here. And I did stare at these and wonder why they'd done it, but they've pulled them off. And you can, as I say, if I tip it, you can still see the glue inside the bits. So that's one bit. Next thing is this switch seems to have been replaced, maybe for a better switch. So this is not a Gibson. Can you hear this? So this is very hard. Epiphones aren't like that. So that's not an Epiphone switch. That's a really good switch. So they probably had that out and replaced that. Also pickups. They've done the usual one where they tilt that one in. So if you look at the neck pickup, if I can show you, see it tilts right down, and then the other one goes up to about the bridge, which is what I do. I'll just lift it up and get my head out of the way. Goes up to the bridge, which is about what I do. But you can see that tilt on the neck. Now when I first got these guitars, I thought that was wrong, but it's not. It's a factory setup, so they're slightly microphonic on the treble side. The bass side is right up to it. And if I point to just over here, I don't know if you can see it, just at the top here, I'll just try and get my finger over here, right down here, there's a blemish. Just down there, before the pole piece. So there's a blemish down there. And it almost looks like someone silver tested it, which is bizarre, because it's not silver. But just down there by the pole piece, I don't know if you can see it, there's a blemish just about here. There you go. On the pickup. And that's on the bass string, that's on the lowy. So I'll just point to it again. There, so it's there. I don't know if I can see it. So there's a blemish just there. Just by the side of my finger. So it's on the bass string, so it's on lowy. So just there. And there's some nicks and dents and bits and pieces. And I think on the headstock, on there, I think it either said Gibson or I'm cutting my head off. I think it either said Gibson or 335. Or possibly ES. But yeah, it said something on the headstock and it says nothing on the headstock. That might just be me. I'll go to the head. So you've got that bit of flower and blah 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 blah. And I'll go over to here. And there you go, you've got your tuners. And that bit says they're made in China, obviously. Just go there. As you see, made in China. Just over there. It's a one-piece neck, I think. I don't think there's a scarf joint that I know of. I'll have a quick look for you. No, there is a scarf joint. There is a scarf joint. So it's just about here. I'll put my finger here. It's about there. So there is a scarf joint just about there. So it's two pieces, not one piece. And this is the back, which is lovely. Okay, don't forget these are all layered. And these are all, I believe, maple. I think it's 5 layers, 5-ply maple. And then you've got your button, strap button over there, and strap button at the end. I'll just point out there, strap button at the end. And you've got cream binding on the body, cream binding on the neck, which is quite nice. It's a nice little touch. And I'm just going to see, I've got something on there. I don't know what that is. I'll see if I can get that off quickly for you. So it's just something on there. It's quite a light guitar. And what I like about these is because of these two Fs. I'll point to you, can see the two Fs up here. So two Fs here. So if I show you those bits there, it's what's called a semi-hollow body. So there's a great big plank inside along here, which was, so it goes, imagine this all goes all the way down the back. So there's a great big bit of maple in there, and it's a solid thing. So these Fs only go to about here. So if I go to my fingers there and say my fingers, if I go to here, and say it goes to about here, and it goes to about here. So imagine about that much. It's a solid bit of maple. So it's not hollow, so it's a semi-hollow body, not hollow body, which helps with the weight, because the weight is nice, quite nice. There you go. And I'll show you that bit as well. And that's about it. So this is an ES-335, so Electro Spanish 335, $335, and it's an IG, which I think is inspired by Gibson. And the date on this one in the inside is the 15th of March, January, February, March, 15th of 3rd, 15th of March, 24. Yeah, so there you go, yeah. And it's all on the ticket. Don't know if you can see it, it's all on the ticket just there. So I'm getting it from in there, just inside the F hole, which is on the treble side, not the bass side. Let me just check. No, it's on the bass side. So that's the bass side up here, because this is low E, low E. That's the sticker there, that tells you info, and that's the string there, and that's low E. So I'm on the bass side of it, of the guitar. Right, just a couple of notes, nothing much. Right, so that's the end of that. Again, don't forget to thumbs up, like and subscribe. This is the first one in my collection on the ES-335, this is going to be a keeper. It's an Epiphone, and it was around about half price. They're $5.99 new if you want to go and get one. They still make them, but without all the bits and pieces and the damage and so forth and whatever. This is a little bit out of tune, so it's going to need a bit of tuning. Hold on a minute. Staying. There you go. So that's got to go on it, and I've got to do that. And a general cleanup and so forth. I just got a padded or soft padded bag with this, a TGI. That's all I've got given, so nothing fancy, you know, just normal one. Right, that's going to be the end of this video. Again, any suggestions for filming or whatever to do, let me know. And this one I'm nicknaming the Joker, because I can play it acoustically and I can play it electrically. Now you can play them all acoustically, but because of the F holes on here and the way it's designed and the way you've got a chamber, you know, and so forth, so it's semi hollow, you can play this quite acoustically and electrically quite well indeed. So it helps me. So for me, you know, when you put your Joker down on a pack of cards, that's your one. So I'm nicknaming this guitar the Joker. Thank you, bye bye, and see you again. And I'll try to cut my head off as well. Bye bye.